Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say. And deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs. For making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes, as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind. It's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let me get situated. Good afternoon, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. Wow, welcome to another afternoon edition of the Patriots Lab. Let me make sure. I didn't think I was coming back on this quick. But this ain't tonight's show. Tonight's show will be coming up 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You be the judge. You be the judge. Like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so we can get the instant notifications and get those sent out. I should be good. I am up and running. So I was sitting back and watching video after video after video after video. And it seems that everybody seems to be talking about Diddy. Everybody wants to talk about Diddy. Well, you see the title. Everybody sing along. Dun Diddy Diddy. Dun Diddy Dun Diddy Diddy Dun Dun. That's how that went. So I thought I'd do my own little internal investigating and bring a little more perspective to my followers about what's going on in the Diddy case. Y'all probably hear my son back there. I had to tell him I was doing a show. But everybody's doing their own little rendition of what's going on with P. Diddy. So I thought I would do my own take on it and try to find some people who know Diddy, know what's going on in the situation. And I figured I'd let them speak for themselves. This first brother, his name is GEANE. Look him up. He's going to finally give a little insight on what this whole thing is about. But I got some more I'm going to show. But this will be the first one. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it.
Those people who like Cassie, Jonathan ODDI didn't have a civil case against him, but Cassie, Jonathan, ODDI,
I'll be showing that video later on.
They used the evidence that they had or the statements they made and convinced the judge that there was enough probable cause to go in there with a search warrant. But the way they did the search warrant and how they did it, man, I thought he was El Chapo or somebody. You know, they took a tactical team in there, brother. They had tactical units. You understand? And it was for allegedly a sex crime. But they took, yo, my man, did you see the artillery and the way the Homeland Security came in there? My man, you would have swore, you know, it was going to be some gun violence up in there.
No, you would have swore they was going in there like they raided Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump, or like when they did Roger Stone at early in the morning, shining the lights up in his crib. He act like that's the first time, bro. Did you not see why they did Mar-a-Lago? They look just like that going up in there. But go ahead. Yeah, they were stormtroopers.
How they came to it. So my feeling of it is that enough statements have been made that they could probably prove. They did enough investigation. See, people think that when the federal government go in there on you, the reason they got a 99% conviction rate because most people say they got me. They don't go to court with them. So for them to have a team in New York, because they didn't really mention too much about New York, they had property.
If y'all recall, I was telling y'all, they didn't just go into Miami. They didn't just go into California, but they went into the pad up in New York too.
In New York, property in Miami, and a property in LA, all simultaneously hit. Those different agencies had to get together, plan that, and that's not no bull. You know, that's a lot of manpower, a lot of money. So they want to know how they spent the taxpayer. The taxpayer's gonna know why you spending my money on this to come up with nothing. So you best believe they had something in the first place to go up in there, either through, like I said before, wiretaps. You understand? Because if they convinced the judge that they need a warrant, they had wiretaps, surveillance, and different things that was going on. And then, like, it's a lot of crazy statements that have been made. And you got to look at that interview that JONATHN ODDI did, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That was probably more damaging than Cassie. And that was more damaging than Cassie. Because check this out.
And I got that clip. We're going to show that after a couple of more clips after this one. We're doing a deep dive into the world of Diddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Sean Puffy Combs, aka Puff Daddy, now aka Dunn.
He said Diddy was transporting liquid cocaine on his private jet.
There's 3 really weird reasons why men who make over 150K annually don't have abs. While men
I keep it.
Now, the DEA wasn't involved in this. It was the FBI and the Homeland Security, basically. That's because of the sex trafficking thing. But if they find any of that stuff in any one of his houses, there's a problem. Even if they find illegal guns.
And they already found the guns. They found numerous firearms.
The constitutional right goes the right to bear arms, but he had to have licenses for that. So if anybody got illegal guns up in there, if they find any kind of drugs to a high amount, cocaine and weed, I don't think Diddy gonna get charged because what he did, he put everything in his kid's name.
And that's why, if you watch the raid and the video, they took his kids out in handcuffs. See, Diddy is willing to go as far as to keep his hands so clean, he would rather his kids take the fall than him.
And his company.
Did you see the video of his kids in handcuffs?
Yeah, that's a tactical thing. The kids being in handcuffs is a tactical thing that law enforcement use, you understand, hoping that people who've never been in handcuffs before, that it either scares them or want to make them talk. There's no reason after they searched those kids, because they didn't have a search warrant for bodies. They had a search warrant for like materials, laptops, telephones, logs.
But let's keep it a buck. You don't know what you're gonna find. They was prepared to find some bodies. That might still be to come.
Pictures, tapes. You know, that's what they search warrant is for. They didn't have a search warrant for bodies. So those kids, when they came out, they should have searched them. And then, yo, listen, y'all sit down right there. Puff has been dodging the legal system for years. His affiliation with BMF, even though Meech has said that Puff never did anything, Puff never been around her, they still was partying together. So in the authorities' mind, they feel like Puff knew what Meech was doing. Then with the introduction to Jacob and different people, and a lot of people going to jail for money laundering and stuff like that, Puff being and
Puff.
This is documented. Puff being a CI for an FBI agent. I said this years ago that Kim and Kirk Burroughs took some paperwork. They was taking some papers up to the FBI, so like when they was here in New York. They was taking paperwork up there and stuff like that. Don't know what it was, but later on found out that he was a CI.
So, did you hear what he just said that Puff was? If y'all don't know what a CI is, you better find out.
You understand? Now, what happens? He don't have that. The guy probably, that was 20, 30 years, 20-some years ago. The guy probably retired. Puff ain't dealing with him. No, he didn't pass Puff on or something like that. So now, Puff been dodging the legal system. With the people had it wrong. They think it was with the Black Mafia family. No, it was with Butt Naked. I said this years ago. The person that he said is his senior advisor, Corey Jacobs. Corey had 9 16-to-life sentences for drug trafficking. You make him your senior advisor, even though that was your man, he coming home. That's your man, pots and pans. But Wolf was the one who took care of them when they was away. You know what I'm saying? Wolf was the one who took care of them. So now, you got all these, you know, these characters, you know, around you. What they gonna think when they come to your house?
What I say? They
got the evidence, or they had statements that you blew up Kid Cudi's car. You understand what I'm saying? They have statements that, you know, you may have been affiliated with people being shot.
Why you think they came up there like that?
So they come to your house like this.
That's right.
They treat your kids like this.
That's right.
Based on the picture you have played to the authorities.
So, that's GEANE Deal. If you want to go and watch the whole entirety, you can catch him over on YouTube. But yeah, man, it's crazy. And you got to remember the key thing is he talked about years ago. Years ago. So people knew what the hell was going on with Diddy. They just wasn't talking. And then the people that was talking wasn't being listened to. Wasn't being listened to. But like I said, I was here today for the second time just to do a little show of my own on Diddy, and we're gonna roll into the next clip, and then we're gonna talk about some more. And tell me what you think.
As Combs himself was preparing to fly out of Opa-locka Airport, but not on his private plane, which had already departed for Antigua. It was at Opa-locka that one of his entourage, Brendan Paul, was arrested for having cocaine in his bags.
So, little Mayberry got caught up in the rap game. He looked like a drug mule. He looked like one of them kids that you would never suspect. Continue. I'll go ahead and continue.
Paul is also named as a drug mule and payer of sex.
Okay. Now y'all seen the last picture? Now he look different. Now he look different. He don't look like the innocent little kid that was just on the last screen.
Workers in this scathing, explicit 73-page lawsuit against Combs, his son, and a roster of associates by music producer Rodney Jones. Last month in it, Jones unspooled allegations with photos of sex abuse, sex trafficking, drugs, violence, threats, a quote enterprise, establishing one of the locations for it as Combs' Star Island address. Based on timing, this civil lawsuit and at least 5 others last year, where women claimed they were sex trafficked, one as a minor, may be what federal prosecutors used for Monday's search warrants in this criminal investigation.
So, I don't know. You be the judge. Are they all wrong? I mean, are they all wrong? I didn't realize there were so many stories out there about this man. I mean, I had my suspicions, as we all did, but to find out the actual and the factual of what he was involved in and what he done, to what extent, he even got little Mayberry involved. Where did he find him? You know what? I bet you it's gonna, that kid, I wish I had his picture. I can't put his picture back up because I'm already off the screen. But that little kid looked like he ain't had no business at all. No business hanging out with Puff Daddy. But a lot of people got a lot of shit to say. And it's like a domino effect. I guess people was just waiting for this day. Obviously, because this lady right here, she got something to say.
I could really give some tea on that.
Aubrey O'Day speaking out after Diddy's shocking house raid. The former Danity Kane member writing on Instagram, "What you sow, you shall reap," over video of Homeland Security raiding the embattled music moguls' LA and Miami homes Monday.
I'm outside Diddy's $40 million Holmby Hills pad. It's quiet now, but yesterday, media, SWAT vehicles, dozens of armed officials and investigators descended on the property, seizing boxes of evidence.
It's all part of an investigation for alleged sex trafficking. And now Aubrey's praying it paves the way for, quote, all of us victims to finally speak out on what we've endured.
So let me back up to, what does that say there? It's time all of us victims to finally speak out on what we've endured. Wow. And we've heard quite a lot
on what we've endured.
Law enforcement had enough to get the search warrant. They maybe even have enough to get an indictment. And if so, I expect Diddy to be arrested in a matter of days and no more than weeks.
Aubrey quoting Diddy himself in the aftermath, highlighting this making the band moment in her IG story. Old Boy said it first. It gets
dark and lonely.
The MTV series is how they met before she and more members from the girl group signed with Diddy's Bad Boy record label.
So you're okay with your Danity Kane sisters?
Yeah, I'm the only one that talks to everybody.
Aubrey and company talked plenty in November, backing Diddy's ex Cassie in the wake of her lawsuit's sexual abuse allegations. Aubrey telling ET at the time, "I am in full support of Cassie." It isn't easy to take on one of the most powerful people in the industry. ET's reached out to Diddy's reps for comment.
More money, more problems.
Diddy and Cassie quickly settled their lawsuit last year, but it's worth noting sex trafficking was among her allegations. Meanwhile, it's unclear where the rapper is as all of this unfolds. He was reportedly scheduled to leave for a trip to the Bahamas.
And that's where he is, in the Bahamas. I wonder why that is. But it's crazy because, like I said, when you hear a lot of these are stories from years ago. So people actually knew. The question is, how was he untouchable for so long? He had his gatekeepers. He had the people that were able to use and manipulate him to the extent that I guess he thought he was one of them. I guess he thought he was untouchable. But we're going to see who can get touched in the long run. But for this last clip that I'm going to show, because I got to get ready for tonight's show, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, like I said, be there. It's going to be a great one. This clip I'm about to show, remember he was talking about a gentleman named JONATHN ODDI. After I show this, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Facebook's going to take me down, because I'm going to bring it to you because you need to see it. And grab your popcorn.
Turn his back, but he's still trying to negotiate a peaceful way out, and they have an agenda to kill him. Okay? Example, if you look at the Illuminati card games, example, okay? You look at the game, Illuminati card game.
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
It's a card game.
It's a card game.
That tells you exactly what their agenda is.
Gotcha.
It's called mental pre-program. That means that you predispose already. Once you play this, your mind's already predisposed at this happening, and you accepting it. Okay? So they have a picture of Donald dead in that game.
Okay.
All right? I'm not crazy. They have a picture of Donald dead. But they also had the Twin Towers. They had everything on there.
Gotcha.
Okay? From A to Z. So it's kind of like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Listen.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with SHAWN. Okay, and he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes.
Now, to this point, he's actual and factual. What he's saying is actual and factual with the attorneys and everything.
Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay. When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything. Okay. All right. I had sex with Cassie and Sean.
Did y'all hear what he just said? Go ahead.
Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I seen for herpes, and
claimed that he was a sex slave.
Did Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible. I'm not sure. Now, how does this lead to War Star from?
Okay.
The Mercedes family. Ben Mercedes, that works with Mark Garagos. Mark Garagos used to be Michael Jackson's attorney.
Yeah, out in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drugged Michael and they OD'd him, okay? He didn't overdose. They OD'd him because they keep the royalties of the music. Michael alone made $860 million alone last year, okay, in 2017. Which who keeps that royalty?
He said 2017.
The music companies. Who represents the media and entertainment in the United States? Most of them, Mercedes does. Kenny Mercedes, which is Greenman Mercedes Shaw out of New York. Okay. So what they've been doing is they've been promoting a hate agenda against Trump. So people hate him. Okay, because they know he is very alpha. Okay. Very alpha in the sense that he likes money, he likes to make money, and he likes women, and they know they want to defame in certain ways with Stormy, with...
All right, we're going to save that for another show because I listen to a lot of people talk. And one thing that's hard to do is to go from fact to fiction, and fiction, from fact to lie, fact to lie, fact to lie, fact to lie, fact to lie. When you're given a conversation and you're talking to somebody, it's either 80%, it's either going to be bullshit or it's going to be the truth. You're not mixing, okay, here's fact, I'm gonna throw some bullshit on it. Fact, I'm gonna throw some bullshit on it. No, it doesn't work like that. But Jonathan ODDI is the man. Go to YouTube, check him out. I'm gonna do another segment, but I critique it also. You know how to do it. But he talks about how they had it in for Trump also. But y'all heard him say it in the video, 2017. So he was talking about shit in 2016. 2016. Being a sex slave for Puffy. This was aired 2017. This was done 2017. You do the math. Looks like ain't nothing changed. And the actual and the factual of it is there are just too many people that have finally decided to come out and corroborate each other's story. They all can't be lying. It ain't like a memo was sent out. Well, maybe a memo was sent out. Do you ever see sometimes how at one moment you can think you're untouchable because for that moment you are untouchable, and then how quick the script can flip? How quick the script can flip. Now, I don't know if people want him now to be touched. Because if something goes on for so long and you're not touched. And then all of a sudden, you don't just get touched, but damn, an avalanche comes falling on you. You know, it's crazy to see people that have spent their whole life building up to be something, their whole life, and do something to make it all come crumbling down in an instant. Knowingly doing it. So we've gone from the politicians to the entertainment industry. Where are we living? Where are we living? This is my thing. I know, and nobody's really asking this question now. Nobody's asking this question. But I'm going to ask it because that's what I do. Was Diddy smart to dip? Was Diddy smart to leave the USA? We know what happens to people that get busted of a high caliber nature that might hold and obtain some high level information. I mean, he wasn't at the New York crib. He wasn't at the Miami crib. He wasn't at the LA crib. Now, I don't know, maybe smart. Usually if you think they coming, you might go to one crib, or because if you know they coming, you leaving all your cribs. So did he know they were coming? Did somebody be like, yo, Puff, they on the way, bro? Was he smart for leaving? Because I look at it from all angles. Maybe he left to preserve his life. What else does he know? I know the people that mentored and groomed him to get him where he needed to be. So it ain't like this just started with P. Diddy, Puffy, Sean Diddy Combs, Diddy Dum Dum, whatever you want to call him. This didn't just start with him. Somebody let him through the door. Are we going to talk about that? See, I wasn't even going to go down this road. Are we satisfied enough as long as we can get a sacrificial lamb? I'm going to do a show on that. Are we satisfied enough as long as we can do is get a sacrificial lamb? Are we just happy with getting Diddy? Are we? Is Diddy going to tell us who hooked him up? Is Diddy going to tell us who connected him with the connections? Mama D says what? Mama D says, I would hide if I had dirt on people in power. Exactly. We don't want Diddy to commit suicide like Jeffrey Epstein. We don't want Diddy to commit suicide like old boy that was the whistleblower just recently for Bowen. No, we don't want him to do that. But if he disappeared, we wouldn't know if he did it anyway. Huh. Mama D, tell Randy I got his phone call and I will call him back. But yeah, I just had to get on here and talk about it because everybody was giving their little take, and I just thought I would come in here and give you my little spin on what it is. I appreciate everybody that tuned in for this morning's show with Jen, the homeschooler mom, and Randy, the genealogist Rose. It was a great one, and the viewership was off the charts just for the live show. I appreciate it. it was nice. But we will have a good show tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, if everything still goes according to plan. I got some special guests on there. Tonight's show is supposed to be hosted by Jen, the homeschooling mom. So we're gonna see about that. I don't know if they let this video go through or not, because it's nowhere close to what it was earlier. But maybe I caught everybody at a bad time. But in the meantime, in between time, I took up enough of your time. So, hey, y'all see what's out there. Y'all make the call, judge for yourself. I think people have spoken already. I think enough people have spoken. I think there's been enough accusations. I think enough victims have come out and spoken. What more do we need to see? I mean, shit, they got me. If it's left up to the court of public opinion, how many witnesses gotta flow across the stand accusing this man of doing something? We got men, we got women. Hey, you be the judge. Love you guys. Deuces. This is your man. I'm out.